Regardless, Beggs makes a poor one. Poor Beggs is snatched like a bunny by a hawk as he is completely just disappears off of the ship by this giant creature.
And that's how we lose NPCs.
Murkstone rolls a 17, holds his ground. Artemis holds a 10 and gets knocked to the side as well. And Silas rolls a 1. He is snagged, but he gets thrown just to the side and practically topples over the edge and is hanging on the side of the ship. Alright, as everyone focuses their attention, there are more of these creatures just lingering about the side of the ship, kind of circling. There's about 4 of them.
Oh my.
2 on the other side. Alright. Skaith, you're at the top of initiative now.
I'm going to try and... I've got an idea. I'm going to try and use a little bit of magic and air push one of the big birds into the other one.
Okay.
Try and cause them some confusion. Or cause them damage to each other. I'm going to go turn my attention to this one over here.
Okay.
Try and push him into the other one. I'm going to roll it. Oh, you could have stayed on 15. Why didn't you stay on 15? I got a 5.
Alright, you try your best to use an air push, but these things do not seem to be affected by your little air push, or maybe it was windy, you don't know, but it did not affect diddly squat. Alright, back down the way. Rothwell will ready her gun again and try to take aim at the one over here closest. Just barely makes a good shot off. Right. Florentine will try and cast another bolt of magic and miss at this one. Lenore does not have any ranged attack, but she will actually try and huck her entire sword at this thing, which she catches with a 16 and embeds it in the creature's chest. Pelly was a meager 12 and will kind of back up towards the center of the ship in what I believe would be a safety position. Stanton will take aim with his crossbow with a nat 20 and strike this one here right in the eye as this one disappears, just drops. Not sure if it's dead, but just plummets through the sky. Beggs, well, everyone right now is more concerned, but Beggs is missing. No one knows the fate of Beggs at the moment.
And this is how we lose NPCs!
Murdstone will roll a 19.
Liquor and poor choices.
Murdstone actually has a large wrench that was hanging in the side of his belt and will huck this thing. He rolls a 19, it strikes this bird for a good deal of damage. Artemis rolls a nat 1 and just completely falls on his face. And Silas will try to pull himself up with a 16. He just gets on the other side, back up on the ship. Alright, back to monsters. Alright. Right. First one rolls a nat 1 and is more cautious of you now. Seems to be kind of figuring you out as you just tried some sort of magic attack on it. Maybe it's confused. Who knows? It's just not doing anything. The second one rolls a 19 and will swipe back at this wizard for a good deal of damage. Claw marks go into him, shreds of cloak go everywhere, And a little golden orb kind of clatters upon the deck, kind of rolls over towards your direction along the grates. And this third one will roll a meager 5 and actually swipe across the deck and miss Rothwell. It's now on this side. Skaith.
Alright. I am going to pull out my ball of moss and try and use like the little vines of moss and such as really sharp needles. I want to basically turn this bird in front of me into a pincushion.
Okay.
I want to use my magic and thread it with vines of sharp needles.
Okay.
10.
It does not hit.
And that was complex magic, so I'm going to take...
But you were
that.
close, and this thing is now wary and backs off and kind of goes around this side.
Oops, no, that was too much. That was too much. It's not minus, so... that, okay.
Alright. Back to Rothwell. We'll try and take aim at this bird over here on this side. It was a meager 4. Oh, she misses. These things are completely erratic. Florentine will cast another spell. And miss as well. Leonora no longer has a sword. We'll pull out a small explosive. Take aim and strike with a 15 as this takes a good blast to the face. This one might be on its last legs. Kelly rolls a nat 1, and he seems to be just scared out of his mind. Stanton will take aim with another crossbow, a good 15. Strikes this one as well. This one's hurting pretty good. And let's see if I can do this right. At which point, another one of these large creatures comes careening towards the ship with a dwarf on its back. Let's see. Everyone, roll to stay on their feet as this thing just completely crashes into the side.
11.
I will get you. Do not. You stumble. You're not prone, but you're kind of like on your knees, kind of deal.
This is a bad question, but do I take damage?
You did not.
Okay.
I get a check for Lenora. Good. Florentine. 9. I'll give it to her. Rothwell. 9. Silas. 9 as well. Artemis. 11. Good. Everyone stays on the ship. As this bird is now embedded into the side of the ship like a hood ornament, as this dwarf kind of careens onto the ship himself.
Splat!
Kind of face plants. And is not really moving. He's probably unconscious, as that was a kind of a hard landing. Well, shaken by this, Murdstone will try and figure out Chili needs to do something. Rolls a meager 2 and is kind of, what the heck just happened? It kind of stays his course. Artemis is distracted as well. 2. Silas rolls an 18. And wildly fires lightning in this general direction. Happened to catch the bird, but he looks like he cannot see anything. Like he is searching for this thing. Like he can't see this bird in front of his face.
So that gold orb was probably some sort of eyeball for him. He's probably actually blind.
Alright. Birds. I'm closest to you. Straight up just try and slice into you with a 14.
That does hit my armor class.
Alright, that's a pretty good 20 damage, as this thing is a very large, gigantic monster bird, and we'll just kind of slash at you right here.
Alright.
So down here, we'll try and actually go up and take care of Stanton, who's shooting at it, with a 17. We'll actually knock Stanton prone. You cannot see Stanton anymore, but this giant bird up here is keeping it busy. And the third one rolls a 13 against the wizard. The wizard is getting shredded like paper as well. The wizard is not doing good. Skaith, how you doing?
Okay, for now, I'm going to, since this bird is a lot closer, I should be able to hopefully hit him with my obsidian dagger and chain.
You
I'm
believe you
gonna,
can do that if you can roll well?
yeah, if I can roll well. So just to make sure I don't lose the dagger, I'm going to make sure the end of the chain is wrapped around my arm,
Okay.
and I am going to hurl the dagger forward,
Okay.
straight at the bird.
Okay.
It's a 2.
Alright, with that bad, you hurl this dagger. Not only do you miss, the entire chain comes loose and you lose the entire apparatus overboard.
Shh.
This entire thing goes overboard. But not only that, that chain had a little bit of weight behind it. It didn't just go overboard, it actually tugged you. You're now prone.
Ah.
You just fall. You just threw this thing off of the side.
There goes my best weapon. That is seriously my best weapon.
Rothwell will gather herself and get a good 17 against this one trying to kill the wizard. This one's hurting. It's almost out. Florentine will try and go and take aim at the one up on the quarterdeck with a 14 and do still miss as this thing is still completely erratic and everyone's just trying to dodge wings and talons. Lenore will pick up another explosive, trying to redeem you, and with a 4 does not. Just kind of pegs this thing with a little sphere. It doesn't even explode at all. And Pelly rolls a nat 20. He'll actually pick up his crutch and just completely embed the crutch in this bird's forehead. This bird practically falls prone on the ship and is now still flapping wildly, but looks like it could possibly be out. Stanton will try to get the one off of him with a lousy 8. He's not having any luck. Beggs will try to get up. Beggs will not get up. Beggs is not moving. Murdstone will just try and pound on the one that's now prone with a meager 7 and is knocked aside by wings, cannot get close enough. Artemis will try the same with a sword, and with a 19 gets a good stab into it. The bird appears to be dead. The wizard rolls a meager 4 and will kind of just try and crawl away from whatever's going on, like he's looking for glasses. Alright. The one closest to you will rolls a crit and will actually take off a good 40 off of you as this thing just completely bites into your shoulder, like piercing your chest and your back.
Oh dear.
And it's practically like latched onto you at this point.
This would have been the best opportunity to stab it with the obsidian dagger, too bad it's overboard!
I say a 40 because he's probably scratching your stomach up with its claws at this point.
Yes, yes.
Well, the one up here by Stanton rolls a meager 8. Just trying to fend him off, so it's not really doing anything. Back to Skaith. You've got a bird on you.
Where is my puppy?
It was in your hands. It is no longer in your hands.
Yeah, I noticed. It's no longer in my hands. I don't know where he went.
Would you like to look around for it?
I want to quickly look around.
You glance behind you. You believe the puppy is right about where the golden orb is, kind of looking it over, kind of in confusion with everything else that's going on.
Okay, I want, no, I haven't told you any of the commands I've given for the dog, so I need to talk that over with you later. Never mind, I am going to, pull out my regular sword and try and run
Go for the dog.
through.
Go for it.
Okay, okay.
Be a hero. Do something cool.
Well, I want the dog to... I tell the dog, sick him. Have the dog bite the bird, and I'm going to use air push to make the bird catch fire a lot.
Give me a good enough roll and I'll make it happen.
How's 18?
18 will work. Your little puppy actually just yaps out a fireball, which nails this thing to the side. This entire bird lets go of you and completely starts going haywire as it begins to set aflame by this oily, greasy substance on its feathers. This entire bird goes up in an inferno as you air push this thing off the ship and just goes tumbling down into the darkness.
Good boy.
Rothwell will now try and kill the one still up there trying to get rid of Stanton. Rolls a 17, snags it right in the back. This thing just drops. The crew has no idea what just happened. Everyone seems okay for the most part. Pelly will hobble over towards the dwarf.
While we're all recuperating, I take a swig of a health potion.
Yeah, I'll put you back up at full health.
Oh, how generous. Full. I wasn't expecting that. I'll take it. Too late.
Everyone collects themselves and attends to their wounds and such. It comes upon Pelly with the grave news that the dwarf is dead. The dwarf, upon further investigation, the dwarf is scratched to pieces. He looks like he has practically been gutted. You're, at this point, amazed on how he was able to get on this bird and try and kill it, as he did.
At least I didn't actually kill this one.
Silas is still kind of wandering about, crawling around, severely looking for something. Lenora will grab the little golden sphere and collectively bring it over to him. To which he grabs it and it begins to float about his head again, and he easily gets up as if nothing were wrong.
I quickly pick up my puppy, give him a nice pet, and put him back in the fireproof satchel to make sure their ship does not set ablaze.
The captain gives everyone a wild thanks out of the blue. He kind of stands a little bit and basically just poses the question to everybody else. We've dealt with many a people, and not once have we had something like this occur. As a sane man would do, would get you off this ship as quick as possible by any means. To which a few other crew members kind of nod in agreement. Very kind of saddishly, not even trying to look you in the eyes. The captain says, "But I am not a sane man in that manner. We have set off for a mission, and with our work we know well the respects and the problems that it may bring, and must learn to face them, whatever consequences we have, as not only Sky Soldiers, but members of the Adventurers Guild." To which a few of the crew members, here, join them. Stanton will join everyone downstairs as well. He says, "It is a grave distress that we have lost a crew member here today. But let us not have that go in haste." As everyone kind of stands silent for a moment. Maybe you're thinking a respective moment of silence. But regardless, all seems to be good and well for the time being. As dawn approaches, we will make for Ikit, report, resupply, sort some things out. as everyone kind of stands unsure of what to say. The captain addresses Pelly. Yes, sir. Pelly turns towards the captain. Do me a favor and break out the shopping list and cross off any further meat. I think we got our hands full here. To which, out of nowhere, a lot of the crew members just shout out, yeah, and cheer in reluctance, like none of that just happened. Like there's not a dead dwarf in front of you guys.
But plenty of turkeys.
To which the captain goes over and kind of gives you a slap on the shoulder and says, well, if danger didn't come with this job, it wouldn't be a thing. We all know the facts of our lives and how much we are in danger any time we travel, no matter who we bring upon us. So that's one thing that we like to do around here on the Warden. You learn to live your life, despite of the problems. You learn to live your life, despite of what happens. Don't be sad. Yes, be sad we've lost a friend. But be glad that we still have each other. You're not sure how this sets with you.
All I have to say is that he died spectacularly. He rode in and careened a bird into the side of a ship. That was absolutely amazing for any dwarf.
To which Murdstone will kind of chime up. Yeah, now we have to go get it fixed tomorrow as well.
Eh.
A few crew members actually just straight up leave and go like they're going back to bed. You're still not sure how to take all of this. As Stanton goes back up to attend to the helm, and you're kind of just left there with the captain at this point.
And a body.
And, well, no, Pelly will take the body
Oh, okay.
down below.
I just lean up against the mast here.
Captain says, so, any adventure like this, this'll certainly be a story for you, but, is this like a normal occurrence for you?
Yeah, actually, something strange like this. The death of a friend, no. But things turning into giant other things, that's unfortunately par for the course.
To which, the captain will pretty much tell you, well, I'm glad you're taking this well. I really am, because a lot of these frilly folk probably wouldn't be taking this as well as you are, lad. So we're actually kind of glad we got an adventurer on our sides here who's pretty familiar with the part of the course that comes with the fate of adventuring. It says, well, try to enjoy the rest of your night. Tomorrow we will make port in Ikit. We will hit the market, resupply, and hopefully continue the rest of our journey without any incident.
We can only hope so. Good night, Captain.
Captain will bid you a good night. Anything else you would like to do before you head back to your room?
Just gonna stare off the side of the ship down into the Metro Sea. Also mourning the loss of my best weapon.
You kind of just are left in a blur of feelings as everything just happened so incredibly quick. You're still kind of fathoming what in the world, and, why are these things after your artifact? What are these things? Are they just giant birds? Is there more to them? How did one find you on the ship in the middle of the sky like so? And to which point, the wizard kind of chimes up. He's kind of over here leaning on the stairs. It says, you kind of not, you're not too shabby.
Thank you.
Kind of gives a nod and kind of just lays back on the stairs like he's going to fall asleep there. He tells you, whoever's sent you this box must have been pretty desperate if they're dealing with whatever these are. Which you kind of think is a very valid statement.
Mm-hmm.
To which point you kind of hear from below deck, you hear shouts of, "Don't you dare put that dead man in the galley! It's where we eat!" As commotion kind of stirs below deck. And you're left to your thoughts. As the Sky Warden drifts off to the early dawn, you're not even sure if you're halfway over with this journey yet, and wonder what's going to happen. Alright, I believe that will do it for now.
Beautiful place to end.
Alright, well, we'll continue the second half of this adventure in, I guess, episode 2 of season 2 here. As always, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully glad to see that if you guys like this Roll20, we'll hopefully continue to use it. Maybe update it a little bit in the future, but a little bit more viewing entertainment for you guys. So, I suppose until next time, that'll be it.